guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a demo slash swatch on some liquid lips that I picked up at Walmart and at Dollar General. So if you're interested in seeing what these are, then keep watching. Okay, so I know it's been a couple of weeks since I have filmed. I do apologize. So with that being said, I'll have 2 videos up this coming week. So let's just go ahead and get started with the swatches. Now I did buy 3 different brands. I bought 1 from Walmart and then 2 from the Dollar General. So let's go ahead and start with the first, the 2 from Dollar General. So the 2 from Dollar General, I bought the LA Colors and I also bought a few of the Broadway brand. Now let's go ahead and start with the LA Colors. I bought 3 of their matte liquid lip colors. I only chose shades that I know I would wear. So these are the 3 out of the whole collection that I felt like I would wear. Now, let's start off with the shade. This one is Perfection. And this is like a mauve pink. It's such a pretty color. Let's swatch it. Ooh, that's real pretty. That's a real pretty shade. And I love pinks. So let's go ahead and apply this to my lips. Let me use my... Oh, they smell really pretty. They smell like cake batter. Now let's see how pigmented these are. This is a really pretty pinkish shade. And this one definitely is pigmented. Okay, so this is the first liquid lip by LA Colors. I love this one. It's pretty pigmented and it's not blotchy, it's not patchy. It actually applies really nice and smooth. Now, they are a little sticky, but I'm gonna give it a couple of minutes. I feel it drying already. So yeah, it's drying up. Okay, yeah. Just takes a minute or 2 just to get them to dry up. But I actually like it. And the shade is so pretty. Look at that. And it's definitely true to its color. And the reason I say that, because sometimes you can buy a liquid lip and it looks a certain color in the packaging, but when you apply it, it's a totally different shade. So you're like, oh, wait, hold on. And this one definitely is true to its color. Now, it has dried. It's not sticky and it definitely dries matte, and it was a really nice smooth application. I like this one. So far so good. So let's move on to the next shade. The next shade is going to be this pretty, it's like a fuchsia, and this is Fierce. So as you can see here, it's like a fuchsia color. So let me take this off. And they come off pretty easily. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this shade here. So this is the fuchsia shade right there. As you can see there, it's really nice and it actually looks like it's drying up like a little purplish. So let's just go ahead and apply this. This is definitely a fuchsia color. It's so pretty. Okay, so this is shade number 2 and it definitely is a pretty fuchsia color. I love it. This is what it looks like applied to my lips, and it's already dried up and it's very pigmented and it's definitely true to its color. So I love that. And since the summer's coming in, I think these are really pretty colors for the summer, the spring and the summer. And honestly, you can wear whatever shade you want any time of the year. It just depends on how you're feeling and your makeup look. So this is definitely a shade that I would probably wear all year round, to be honest with you. So let's move on to the next shade. I'll go ahead and do a kiss proof test with this last shade here. So let's move on to the next shade. This is a pretty, kind of like a brick red, and this is in the shade Illusion. Let's go ahead and swatch it. So that's it right here. It's a pretty brick red shade. Now let's go ahead and apply it to my lips. Just let me use this compact because I'm making a mess out of myself here. Okay. Get it together, girl. This is such a pretty shade. Okay, now this shade is really pretty. Now I did have to play with it a little bit, but overall, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Now it's a little darker than what it looks like in the packaging, but really, honestly, it's still a really pretty shade. It's like a dark, it's kind of like a dark burgundy. It is gorgeous. I freaking love it. I did have to apply quite a bit, but overall, I mean, honestly, it's already dried. So, I mean, it's a really pretty shade. It's not patchy, it's not blotchy. You just gotta, I mean, it's really pretty, ladies. I freaking love it. Now, on a scale from 1 to 10, I would rate it about a 5. I mean, I'm not gonna go say go run out and get them right now, but if you're on a budget and you want a really nice liquid lip, that would be it so far. Because I think these were only like $3 to $4 at Dollar General. So overall, let's go ahead and do the kiss proof test. So let's see. Nothing came off, so you can kiss your man or your partner and they don't have to worry about your lipstick getting all over their face. So it definitely is kiss proof. So let's just go ahead and move on. So moving on to the next brand, I bought the Broadway Buttery Matte Lip Creams, and I did buy 5, and of course they're 5 different shades. So we're gonna start off with the nudes and then move on to the darker shades. So starting with the first one, this is going to be Hope. It's a pretty nude pink. And this, oh my gosh. These are really, this is really soft and creamy. And it smells like bubblegum. Now, the LA Colors also had a sponge tip applicator. So does this one, but this is more like a flat, pointed sponge applicator. So this is really, really creamy and buttery. It definitely is. Now, I want to know if it dries matte. I really like it. It's really nice and creamy. It smells like bubblegum. And it's just, it applies really nice, soft and silky. But it's not drying matte. Now, I'm just waiting for it to dry just a tad. But while it's drying, it does say that it has mango butter, shea butter, and cocoa butter. So, let's see. Okay, it definitely isn't kiss proof. It's not really drying matte. It might take a minute or 2 or 3 or 4. It just depends, but let me come off camera and then I'll come back on. Okay, it is taking quite a bit to dry and I didn't want to wait much longer. Why is my top? So we're just gonna move on, but let's see something here. Yeah, it definitely isn't kiss proof. Now again, some shades do take longer than others to dry, but we don't got time to be waiting for this to dry. So in the future, if I decide to apply one of these while doing another demo, I will apply it and then let you ladies know how long it takes for it to dry down. But right now it still hasn't dried down, and it might be because it has so much cocoa and shea butter in it. But other than that, they're really nice and soft, silky and smooth when you apply them. Even when you're rubbing your lips together, it moisturizes your lips, which I absolutely love. So we're just gonna move on from this shade and go to the next. So the next shade that I'm gonna try on is this pink. Now this is pink, and this is in the shade Blooming Spring. And again, it has the same sponge applicator, nice and flat and pointed. So let's go ahead and just, ooh, just like a hot pink. Okay, so let me take it back to the first shade. They're not really super pigmented. This is a little, I mean, they give you color, but they're not super pigmented at all. These are the two that I've tried on so far, but I'm not wowed. I'm not like, oh my gosh, I have to go run out and get more of these. No. So we're moving on to the next shade. All right, so the next shade I'm gonna try is this. This is kind of like this is the shade Happy. It's like a ruby red. It kind of looks like it has an orange undertone to it. So let's just go ahead and apply it. It's okay, it's not, oh, great. This one's a little bit more pigmented. Yeah, this one's definitely a lot more pigmented than the first two that I have applied. This one's a really pretty shade. I actually like this one, but the only issue that I have is that they don't dry down really fast. So I don't know how long it'll take before they dry down. They're supposed to be matte, but because they have shea butter and cocoa butter, it's almost as if that's probably the reason why they don't dry matte. Now they do say buttery, so that could be another reason. But so far, out of the ones that I tried on, I definitely like this one so far. And this is in the shade Happy, and it looks like it's a ruby red in the if you don't have it under the light, it looks ruby red, but when you put it to the light, you can actually see the orange undertone in it, which I actually like. It's really, really pretty, and it's pigmented. It's more pigmented than the first three, that's for sure. So let's move on to the very last shade. Okay, so the very last shade is this Dreaming, and it's like this is so funny because when it's not in the light, it looks like a brick red, but when you put it to the light, it actually almost looks like a ruby red with a slight hint of orange in it. But let's go ahead and try it on. So this one looks like it has, I don't know, this is weird. Yeah, I would do that. It's a nice, pretty red shade. I thought it was gonna have a little bit of orange in it because when I'm looking at it underneath, like with the light, it looks like it has a hint of orange, just a hint, but it definitely came out red with a little bit of, I can't explain it. It's not a deep red, it's not a brick red. It's like a very, I don't know. It's red. Yeah, I mean, overall, ladies, you know, the one that I can say was really pigmented was the shade Happy, and I actually, out of all of them, this was my favorite. Now, again, when you look at the packaging, you know, they look super pigmented, as you can see here, but they're not. But as far as these go, no, don't go run and waste your money. So yeah, so moving on to the next brand. So lastly, we are gonna try the Kokie liquid lips and the powder, the liquid powder. And let's just go ahead and start off with the liquid lips. So I actually have 2 of the liquid powder and 2 of the liquid lips. So I'm excited to see what these shades are gonna look like. So let's start off with Kissable Liquid Lip shade by the Kokie brand that's only sold at Walmart or online. And online, I should say, not or. Really pretty. It's very, very natural, but really overall this is a really nice shade. It definitely applies matte. It is not sticky or tacky. Let's just see if it's kiss proof. Actually, it does. It's not, there's just a little bit on there, but it's not enough to be like, oh my gosh, like you can tell you've been kissed by somebody. No. So you'll be safe kissing your partner with these liquid lips. So I actually like this shade. So let's just move on to the next shade here. Oh my gosh, I have I'm just full of liquid lip everywhere. Okay, so moving on to the next shade, we are gonna move on to these we're gonna move on to the Mad About Mauve. Again, this is the Kissable Liquid Lip by Kokie. And I'm actually gonna take my compact here. Oh, I already love this shade. This is such a pretty, oh my gosh. Oh, I love this shade already. Again, it applies the same way, nice, smooth, and silky. I mean, it's not hard to apply. It doesn't pull or tug. I mean, this is a really pretty shade, ladies. I like it. And I think these were like $5 at Walmart. And the liquid powders were like $7 or $8, but worth every penny. So yeah, so I have 2 more shades by the Kokie brand, and let's just keep moving. Okay, so these are my last 2 by Kokie. I'm gonna go ahead, these are the liquid powders. So I'm gonna start off with Duchess. And this is another pretty mauve pink shade. Okay, yeah, I love this shade. Oh my gosh. These definitely dry matte. They're not sticky, they're not tacky. I mean, they both apply really nice, soft and smooth. There's no pulling, no tugging. They're super pigmented and I love them. Okay, so moving on to the last one, which is Rosewood. So let's go ahead and apply this to my lips. Oh yeah, this is definitely pink. Oh gosh. This is not applying. This is like a Barbie pink. yeah, I definitely would not be wearing this shade of pink, that's for sure. So yeah, though it's a pretty shade of pink, you definitely wouldn't catch me outside with this lip color, because it's not the pink that looks like the packaging. As you can see here, that's totally off. So I'm like, yeah, we won't be going outside with this pink lipstick. No. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and apply Duchess over this, and get this right on my lips the right way. Okay, so I went ahead and got that all fixed up because I cannot be having that Barbie pink on my lips because my skin tone and that shade do not look right. But I did apply the Duchess over the Rosewood, and it gave me this really pretty pink mauve color, or shade I should say. Go ahead and go back. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch these because I know I didn't swatch them. We're gonna start off with the Broadway brand here because I didn't swatch these. I probably will get more pigmentation swatching them, but when it comes to the lips, I don't get that color payoff at all. So with the Broadway lip creams, I definitely wouldn't tell you to go run out and get them. If you're on a budget and you don't want to spend more than $3, and this is the way you should go. But just keep in mind that you're gonna have to keep on applying and reapplying. Last shade that I put down here. Now when I swatch them, they look very pigmented on my hands, but I can guarantee. So I definitely would recommend, if you can, spend a little more to go for a brand like Wet n Wild and Kokie for liquid lips. So moving on to the Kokie ones. Now let's start off with the kissable ones. This is in the shade Mad About Mauve. Now these are pigmented, and my fave. So again, this is Mad About Mauve. And then the next one is going to be Suede. This one has, for me, definitely, it's like a chocolatey grayish undertone. Moving on to the last two, this is Rosewood here and Duchess. So I'm going to apply Rosewood first. And you know what's funny, because Rosewood looks so pink when you swatch it, but when you apply it, it looks like a, like honestly, like on camera, when you see it on camera like this, it looks like a Barbie pink. But when you take it out from underneath the light, it looks like a really pretty pink shade. So I'm like, that's weird. But again, you know, sometimes the packaging, the way they look, the way the shades look in the packaging will look a lot different than when you apply them. Now, some of them are true to their colors, but some of them aren't. So you just got to be really careful with that. So this is Duchess and this is Rosewood right here. So yeah. But overall, I love the Kokie brand, and I actually like the LA Color brand. So if you go to Dollar General and you are looking for a liquid lip, I definitely would go for the LA Colors. Okay, now the Broadway, now they do have other matte lipstick that I absolutely stand by 100%, but as far as the lip creams, don't waste your money. Honestly, pay another buck and get you their matte lipsticks. They do have liquid lips as well, so I definitely would gear more to those than these here. So with that being said, my favorite brand out of all three would be the Kokie brand. I love these. These are super pigmented. They're all inexpensive. The most that you're gonna pay for a Kokie liquid lip is going to be about $8 or so, but they are super pigmented and they apply really nice, smooth, silky, and matte. So What I like about them is that they're not sticky and tacky. I don't like a matte lipstick that is sticky and tacky and that dries so hard on your lips that you can't even move your lips. I'm like, no, can't do that. But I mean, overall, I definitely like the Kokie brand. So that does conclude this video for today. So until my next video, bye.